Hey, social media family. Welcome back to another YouTube podcast. We're going to have a raw and uncut conversation. I have, I can say that I'm in a place of forgiveness. I'm in a place of peace and contentment. I remember when I was homeless and it was in the beginning stages and I was just exhausted and I was scared. And I had an old friend of mine and she said, "You're content." I didn't even know what that meant. And as much as I was going through, oh my God, look at me about to cry. No, I know I'll be trying to stop myself from doing it online. As much as I was going through mentally, just the experience, just the reality, she looked at me one day and said, "You are content." And I just read the other day in First Timothy that contentment is a blessing. And then I also read in Timothy 1, we're going to do some work on that, that to have food and water is all you need. And then I also read, and I believe it was Matthew or Mark, it was one of the Gospels, where Jesus was telling them, like, when y'all go somewhere, he told his disciples that they were about to go spread the gospel. When you go spread the gospel, this is something we're also going to touch upon, and it's going to work with my homelessness story. One day, he told them, don't ask somebody for nothing. Don't ask them for money. Don't ask them, keep spending the night. Come on, Jesus. Don't ask them, hey, just take care of a profit. Don't ask them for a crumb. Do the work. And so now I was I was content in the situation. I didn't have too much pride of talking about it, but it was just I just wanted to keep everything low key because I knew I wanted to keep my mental health intact. And it was already a lot of questions. Like I was getting tired of people asking me questions, even getting trying to get professional help. Like the amount of business that you got to keep on telling, even if you're trying to be low key, but you're trying to get somebody to understand your situation so you can get their helping hand. It just was frustrating. It was irritating. And then people would play in your face like they know that you need. And then people wanted you to be. People intentionally wanted me to beg them for help. And it's just like I was cleaning up yesterday and I was thinking about how many times I had to carry everything on my back. Literally. And it's so crazy. People will have information about stuff and not tell you stuff. Um, which is a dangerous game, especially if God possibly laid it on their heart to help you and to do. But in conclusion, I got so much name brand I never paid for. I'm still getting name brand to this day. That saying where God said you won't even have enough room to receive. I just know this is one of the many blessings. I didn't even have room. I got so much stuff I can throw stuff out. Like I can literally wear stuff, name brand stuff that people paying hundreds and thousands of dollars for. I can wear it once and throw it out if I wanted to, and I have sometimes because there's just been so much stuff. I said all that to say, with me going out and getting used, recycled, or brand new clothing that somebody donated to a free resource place, we call that hand me downs. We call that worn goods or recycled, or I don't want that because somebody already had it. I got a lot of stuff with tags on it. But the people that'll give you the most hand me downs is the people that say they love you. They'll give you hand me down information. People will water down information, wisdom, and a helping hand just to not make sure you make it. So sometimes it's the people you love and the people you're around that will give you real hand me downs. Like you just handed me down generational curses. And as a wise human, you have to know sometimes that's probably all somebody has to give. It's just hand me down generational curses. But there is more to life, so this is where you keep on going. So that was the purpose of this podcast. The clothes that I have, they have tags on them. And if they don't have a tag on them, they are new. And you can tell I wasn't going for the hand me down hose, bleach all on the clothes, because that don't make sense to even recycle to get. But what's so crazy is that's how people do you in real life. Somebody will have a Nike t-shirt brand new that they can give you out the box. But if they a hater and they look at you and be like, man, I don't even think she deserved no new t-shirt, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why she keep going it. Like, man, just nah, I'm straight. Well, I think you can go over there and get that. It'll be, and an example of that is I've had people in my life that needed to be cut off, and they would have vulnerable information that could help me, and they wouldn't help me do nothing. Like, I would tell them about a person and I would be like, man, I'm just looking for advice, especially when you're asking for advice. What do you think about this situation? What do you think about this topic? I'm just wanting your input on how you feel like I should move, and I know this is all a personal preference, but I just want your opinion because I trust you, because I respect you, because I'm going to respect what you tell me and actually put forth my foot off what you said, which means that you have powerful that's mean you're powerful also. If I can come and ask you for wisdom and trust the wisdom, that means you're very powerful yourself. But I've had people and I've talked to people about things, asking them things, and they led me the whole straight on purpose. You're giving me hand me down information. And then I went back and told him, and it was almost like, damn, like why she didn't fail. Like I wish that would have. You could see the look on their faces. It can be the people that you love that's giving you hand me downs, and it can be a complete stranger. That's the whole purpose of this podcast. To wrap it up, it can be a complete stranger that'll give you exactly what you need. This is why it's so imperative for us to watch the people around us and take the titles off. How are people treating you? Are they giving you real vulnerable information that they know? I have watched and seen people watch me in set up situations and they knew exactly what they needed and possibly had my stuff. One more example of hand me downs, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Like real hand me downs. Somebody, while I was homeless, and while I was homeless, I had to pay everybody back that I owed, by the way. Even still not having a job, still not having no money or nothing. Like it was no slack. Whether that was taxes, whether that was whatever, whether that was unemployment, whether that was whatever, you gotta run me my money back right now. Like I don't give a that you homeless. Like I don't care. But another situation that happened was I know that this person was it was getting revealed to me that this person was receiving my mail because I had my mail going there for a moment. And it came to a point where I did not get my mail and I forgot to switch over my address. I did not get my mail, and the very vehicle that I was living in was jeopardized because my license plate and my tags became suspended due to non payment. And for a year, for an entire year, I was getting that mail to that person's address and it was not getting forwarded because I have the shelter has an address that you can use, a public box. But because it was not, and now thinking about that, it was crazy that it wasn't getting forwarded from that person's address because of the wickedness. That's why. Um, but every other mail that I was getting from somewhere else, it was getting forwarded to my address. But this information mysteriously did not get forwarded to my address at all. And this person had that information and would talk to me every single day, not every night, and not even every single day. But when this person did have access, the person can't be like, I ain't had your number. This person did have access. Because sometimes I know it's like that. You're not going to have access to me. Or Alexis, do get in it, man. I'm telling you, I change numbers like I change clothes. I do. Yeah. It be necessary. Especially with the I just it's and then I'm not gonna keep living like that. Just if it's cut off, it's cut off. But this person had valuable information, and I'm riding around in this vehicle with this person texting me and calling me whenever they want to. They not saying nothing about nothing, and that would have put me in thank God, it's Jesus Christ that is covering me, that's keeping me safe, that's protecting me. Under being under the shadow of the Almighty is just not it's just not something to play with. It's definitely what it's giving. Being under the shadow of the Almighty is what saved me and kept me safe. I can tell you're wholeheartedly acknowledging my own iniquities. Look at somebody dead in their eyes, like I'm just solidly looking at this phone recording this podcast, and tell you that I have not received genuine help. People was doing stuff like that, like hand me down information, and then still trying to play like, oh girl, you cool, like even though I know the mail, and then still never saying to this person, I never need to say nothing to this. They already know my mail was going there. I went and got my, finally I went up there. I'm like, why you all ain't send me my letter telling me that my tax was due? They said your tax was due. Oh, baby, we sent you multiple letters here. I can finna print you one up right now. We sent the letters to this address. We sent about two. And we also sent a warning to let you know that we were going to suspend the license plate and the tab. So currently, right now, it's suspended. I said, what that mean? Well, you could have been in jail. You know what I'm saying? Got the car took. And I did get pulled over once. Let me tell you how good God is. I haven't even told y'all how good God is and has been and will always be in that homeless situation. It was times like that. Some things were uncontrollable, and there was things that was in people's control, and they, instead of receive to give me hand-me-down information or not give me no information at all, and a complete stranger will come and tell me right off back what God thus saith the Lord, knowing that you're supposed to say that, knowing that you're supposed to do that. It can be the very people that you love that can set you up for failure, the very people that you trust that's giving you hand-me-down information intentionally because of the demons that's operating in them. This is a spiritual warfare. Of course, I was hurt in that situation. People looked at everything like, "Oh, she looking good. She still working out. She eating right. She look like she living better than me. So I'm not going to help her." People didn't. I have got so unrighteously judged. People didn't even think I was homeless, and I'm still doing work. But people don't know behind the scenes. I'm pulling up to a McDonald's. Phone don't even work. I'm off the Wi-Fi, dropping it. Yeah. People can give you hand me down information intentionally, and then a stranger will come and be one of the realest ones you know in your life. You have to be open minded. What people don't understand is that could have been their test, and they could have been entertaining an angel unaware. I could have been the angel that could have been sent to be somebody's last test, that could have been sent to be somebody's last representation of God, because God does things like that. And they just fumbled the whole, like, I'm finna play in her face. And the whole thing about me and my character, I don't retaliate with human beings. I'm always going to tell God. And the prayers of the righteous, that brokenheartedness, while God is leading me beside the still water, laying me down by green pastures, literally, I lived through that. Literally laying by water, like, and people had information and was giving information, and this is, some things have been revealed. God reveals some secrets to you so you can know why you need to cut certain things off. But it can be the very people that you love and trust that's giving you hand-me-downs, and it can be a complete stranger that come and give you everything that you need. I love you. God bless you, and I will talk to you in the next podcast episode.